All right, and welcome everybody to another episode of Coffee and Crullers, your favorite podcast on the internet, on YouTube, on SoundCloud, whatever it is you're listening to.
Wherever podcasts are podcasted.
It's your favorite, the podcast where we are here to make your day just a little bit brighter. When you're partied out, you've had too much, you need kind of that pick-me-up on your week. This is where you guys go. So I'm your host, Adam Black. With me, co-host.
No, Alan, what's up, everybody? You just have to do it.
Got to do it every single time.
That's right.
We're jumping right into it today.
Yes, we are.
So we were just talking about some restored relationships with certain people in our lives and everything, and people that we love genuinely, but also the weirdness that comes when you know somebody from 10, 15 years in your past.
Oh, yeah.
To seeing them today.
Yes, like when the last time you saw them, they had no children. Now they got children.
Now they are a nursery.
Right. Yeah, it's like, whoa, this is weird. Strange. Very, very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it kills me because I only have a few people like that in my life. But when you meet somebody and you know how they are, you know their mannerisms and things like that, and then you're talking to them, now in the future with children or whatnot. Yeah. And they're sitting there, but they have the dad ear where they're listening at every single thing now. And they're like, I know y'all playing in that toilet.
Yeah.
And they're looking off to the side and they say the dad thing.
I feel like I have that.
You do have that.
I definitely have that. So I understand where that's coming from.
I have that, and this will be my crazy cat person thing. I have that for my cats.
Yes.
So.
And right now you're kind of in that mode right now, even more so.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little spoiler alert. You guys know, just earlier this year, like in January when we did a podcast, one of our cats passed away, and we finally got a new cat to kind of keep our other cat company. So we are welcoming Jacoby to our family.
Hey, Jacoby.
And he's great, but man, when you're introducing two male, like 5-year-old cats to each other, it's hard. It's rough.
Yeah, because it's not like they're fighting, but they're just got like stink eye with each other.
Yeah,
like,
big time.
I don't know you.
Well, it's not just that. So, like, I've had to break up a few fights, like from potentially happening before it gets worse. And you pick up one of the cats, and it's like, and you're getting scratched and everything, and you're like, I'm innocent. Like, I did not hurt you.
Yeah, you're kind of like collateral damage at that point.
A little bit. So that's what's been going on. But that's where my dad ear's coming in right now.
Yeah, I got you.
When did you notice your dad ear for the first time?
Whenever I don't know when exactly, maybe when my daughter was like 4. Okay. Did I realize, oh my gosh.
You're a little late to the game on the daddy.
Well, only because when she was younger, I was always with her doing something.
Right.
Like she would run and grab something and come back. Like she always wanted to be around me. So it's not like she was out doing something else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't really, when I watched her, it's like she was always kind of around me. Or when I had her or whatever. When she was like 4, I remember she would go in her room and play, and it would just get real quiet, and I'd be like, "Uh-oh." Yeah, like you're just I'm not hearing anything. Something's wrong.
I'm gonna mimic it. This is what happened. Just silence, and then.
Yeah, and you're like, "Hey, what are you doing in there? What do you got?" And. You just kind of, I don't know.
You go in, they've pulled the radiator covers off.
Yeah. Now it's kind of funny because she's in this age where she's reading, which blows my mind. Like it's so stupid.
You made something that can read.
Every day when she's reading like these books and she's like sounding out words, and I'm just like, oh my God, you're a person.
Yeah.
Like what in the world?
It's kind of
where did you come from? Like, oh my gosh, like it's shocking.
Yeah.
It blows me away. But now it's like when there's silence, I'm just like, I just kind of like, I listen, and she's usually sitting there reading something.
Yeah.
And she's reading it kind of out loud to herself. And then I just go, oh my God, she's so cute. Like
it's like the opposite.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about her. She's fine.
That's awesome.
So it's cool. Yeah.
That's funny. I just know that like hearing your stories and everything, because Brittany and I, we've talked about, we're gonna have kids in the coming years, so like it's got to happen kind of soon, And we've been looking at that and listening to everybody's stories. And I'm
Yes.
like, I feel like we're having kids later on in life compared to when
Well-
most people we know have had kids.
I mean, I feel like I had kids later on in life.
Right. And
So
how old were you when Gally was born?
I was 28.
Okay, so I'm 31 now.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be in the next like 2 years or
Yeah,
something.
so you're late to the game.
I mean, that's not later on in life.
well, yeah, but Brittany's younger than you,
But
so
I
that's
just
totally
know,
fine.
for whatever reason, in Ohio, there's like this thing where people are like, you know what? I got married. I'm 20. I'm having 10 kids.
You know, but I think that's across the board though.
Yeah.
I think that's just this. I don't know. I mean,
I just want to be. There's this comedian. His name is Theo Vaughn.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Super funny guy. Somebody I've been listening to a lot recently. And his joke, but it's true, is his father was 70 when he was born.
Oh, that's gross.
So
No.
he was like, this is a true situation.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
and I was listening to this interview because I'm always like, am I going to be the old dad? You know?
Yeah.
And I was listening to this interview and he was talking, and he got a little misty eyed, and he was like, the person interviewing him said, so like, don't you think your dad would be really proud of like where you'd be at right now? And he's like in his 30s, Theo Vaughn is.
Yeah.
And he was like, my dad would be probably really proud, but he'd also be like 110, so I doubt he'd be here with us right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Like, it is a weird thing to be a parent. In my experience, it's like it just shocks me every day. She like surprises me with something where I'm like, wow, I didn't realize that like every day she's more of an individual. So every day it's like a new thing.
Right.
Like, you know, like just today, I called her this morning before she got on the bus. And she's like, I didn't sleep well at all last night. Like, I just could not sleep. And I was like, oh, well, what's wrong? She's like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't want to talk to you right now. Bye. And I was just like, oh, I have a good day, child. Yeah. Like, I mean, just every day she's just being silly.
I already hear all the parents of like teenagers just being like, "Oh, you just wait."
I know. Yeah,
you just wait.
I get it
because then they'll be like, "I hate you," and then hang up the phone.
The response will always be, "I love you."
Right.
You know. I mean, so I don't know. She's just she cracks me up. It's just more her sense of humor because it's so like weird.
Yeah, she's got a weird sense of humor.
But takes after me. Like I just have a very strange, awkward sense of humor. So it makes sense.
Well, let's get back to talking about where we always go in these tangents.
Yeah, we do.
Original social awkwardness, though.
Yes, I asked you a question just kind of before we started. I'm like, am I socially awkward? Am I a weird person?
No, but there are things that you'll say.
Okay, good. Tell me.
There'll be things that you say, like when you meet somebody for the first time. I'm like, hey, my buddy Neil.
Yeah.
This is Noah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Introduce, and you're like, yeah, my life's falling apart. Ah!
Yeah.
And like you'll make a joke like that.
Yeah.
And people will go,
oh, okay.
Is he serious right now?
Yeah. That makes sense.
But you're killer those icebreakers. You know?
I feel like I'm a very awkward person.
No, I don't think
like,
so though.
I sometimes like I don't know, it's like that scene at Dumb and Dumber when he walks out and he's like, big gulps, see you later. Like that's how I feel like my life is all the time.
What I feel like is whenever you meet somebody, you'll say something that is just very obscure.
Okay.
And you'll be like, I just can't wait to go home and kill 50 people. But you're talking about like a video game.
And they're like,
this
guy,
dear
okay?
Lord, he's a psychopath.
Okay, that makes sense. That's good to know for the future. Yeah.
That's you. Do I have that?
No, you're smooth.
Oh yeah.
Which is awesome. Like, yeah, like seriously, like I've never once, I don't know. You're just always smooth in your conversations. Okay. Like, hi, I'm Adam Black, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I appreciate
that.
Yes,
it's awesome. I'm just the awkward one out of both of us, I guess.
So we were talking about, meeting people. And so I recently met somebody new. And I am very much, I love my personal space around me.
Yes.
And met some close talkers. And that is instantly uncomfortable for me.
Yeah. They're the kind of people that like are arms around you, chatting with you, and you're just like,
Yeah, and I'm just like, just please stop looking at me. Like, just look the other way or something. Like, turn around. Like, let's talk. But not only were they a close talker, they are, if the microphone in front of me is a person,
they're at least an angle. They're peripheral talkers.
They're like this. So I'm off to the side, and they're just off to my side. Yeah. And I just don't know what to do at that point because my body wants to be straight on them.
You turn your head and you just keep talking. Like,
but I felt like The Exorcist. I was just kept turning my head, and I was like, where is this person going?
Oh, that's funny.
You know? Yeah, but that was a new one for me. I've never had a close talker, but only a close talker at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah. No, it's, it's interesting when you think about it. People are just weird.
Yeah.
Human beings are strange.
They are strange. I've met some people where you have interactions and I can be very authoritative in certain situations.
Yeah.
And, I've worked with some people where I have to give them instructions, but you might as well think that I'm giving them nuclear detonator codes and said, I trust you with it.
Right.
Because their response is like, okay, I can do this. And I'm just sitting there going, take out the garbage.
It's really okay. Calm yourself. Yeah.
It's the people that are hyping themselves up in the middle of conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, it's, yeah. But I think it's also, too, it depends on what you're talking to people about. Because if it's something that you have the authority in or that you have experience in.
Right.
I mean, I don't feel like I do that with you. Like, oh, my God, what
Right.
But there are times when you want to talk about stuff that I'm just like, okay, what do you want to tell me?
Okay, we'll do that.
I'm down. Yes, let's do that.
So I think with like us though, if that ever happens, it's more along the lines of getting you to do something new with me.
That's true.
And you're like, oh, okay. I've never done that. I don't even know if I'm gonna like that.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Oh man, I don't know. I just know it's just it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like
social dynamics. They're just it's a weird part of life that I feel like a lot of people talk about it. But nobody ever is just openly talking like, did you see that one weirdo?
No, that's true.
Like the way they talk to that person.
Well, see, sometimes I overanalyze myself.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll leave and like hours later be like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Like what, how I look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, what did I do? Like, and it just, the only reason is like, I'm just concerned for myself for the future. Like how do I interact with people and not be stupid? I am
exactly that person because in my head, I'll say something, and I'll keep saying it, and I will literally say 500 words before the thing comes out.
Yeah,
and I'm like, why? Why can't you just say it? Like I'm writing a novel every single time I'm trying to tell somebody something.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. It's like okay, like our friend Blake.
Yes.
This is a Blake story. This is a Blake story. One time, I don't know if I've told this.
Shout out to Blake.
Yeah, yo, what's up?
He ain't listening.
Hey, he's not. So one time I tried to set him up with a friend of mine at
like a date?
Girl.
Okay.
Yeah, a girl at school. Like we were at NKU together, and I was like, dude, come to lunch with me and Haley. This will be awesome. Like, it's great. So we go to lunch. I'm like, hey, be cool. Like, she's cool.
Be cool, bro. Be cool,
like,
bro.
Yeah, like, I think you guys might hit it off.
Yeah.
Like, so we sit down. I was like, Haley, this is Blake. Blake, this is Haley. First words out of his mouth goes, why you paint your fingernails like that?
Oh, my God.
And I'm just like, and I just looked at him like,
total Blake move.
Yeah. I was like, what? She was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, they're just not completely painted. Like, why'd you do that? And she's like, they're just like coming off and they're old. So I didn't choose to do it. Funny. And after that, we had our lunch, we left, and she was like, yeah, I'm not into your friend Blake. And I'm like, yeah, no, I totally get it.
I've said this. I've said this about us multiple times, and only so many people are going to understand this. The show Workaholics.
Yes.
You have 3 characters on that show. Yes. You have Adam, you have Blake, and then you have Durs, which is funny because in our little group there is an Adam and a Blake.
Yeah.
If we're to compare who we are on this show, if anybody has seen the show, Adam and Adam match together. You know, kind of like that's the personality. You are
probably more Blake.
You're Blake on that show. But Blake, our friend
totally
Blake,
Durs.
the spitting image of Durs.
Yes.
And specifically, there's this one episode of that show where they he has the bear coat and everything.
Right. Yeah.
And then they're trying to like meet Mark Summers from Double Dare and all these things. It's super funny. And then he wants to get Durs wants a Cadillac Escalade more than anything.
Yeah.
And they meet these girls and everything, and she's like, "Oh, I have an Escalade." And like the girl is hitting on Durs.
And she's
and
attractive. And
and he's like, what model Escalade is that? Is that a ESV, EST?
Yeah, he's like trying to get in the Escalade, like not even cares about the girl.
That is 100%
yes.
our friend Blake.
God bless that man for being married and happy
and never listening to this podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Everything out of love completely.
One more thing.
Gosh.
We have a visitor right now. You guys won't be able to see him on camera. Jacoby just joined us.
Buddy.
The new cat. This is technically Jacoby's first podcast.
Hey.
So he's if you guys hear anything running around, that's what's happening right now. No, but going back to another quick Blake story of social awkwardness.
Yeah.
Is every single time we play Xbox with each other, I mean, he'd be so embarrassed for me to say it.
No,
but like he gets on the headset.
Yeah.
And like this is where the disgusting, funny, like gross personality of Blake comes into play. And I love this guy so much. But he farts into his headset to make it so that we hear his fart.
Or the incessant chewing. Like we are inside of his
chips,
mouth.
just chips all the time.
Yeah.
But he farts into his headset. But in my head, I'm just sitting there going, he's got to put that back on his face.
I don't think he does it into the headset.
He does it close enough where they're just that loud farts.
Oh God,
they kill me.
Yeah.
But that is Blake in a nutshell, where he will do anything for the fart joke. And anything for the
and such a loyal person.
Oh,
like
God, I love him.
I mean, my best friend.
I have learned this, and most people in the world today, a very politically correct world, which I agree there needs to be some political correctness. There's certain things that have been overstepped, but one of the things is not being able to rip on your friends. And they go, oh, you're just being mean. I will rip on my friends until the day the cows come home because that's what true love is.
It is. I take it all the time from you guys.
Yeah.
I take it. It's special.
If you can't rip on your friends, are they really friends?
No.
See? No.
They're not.
That's just about it. Jacoby just turned on my computer.
Oh, that's fun.
Unbelievably distracting right now.
Oh my god.
But anyways, we have a few minutes left on this podcast. And we were talking about topics and stuff that we want to talk about this week, and not a sports podcast by any means, but baseball season just started. We just had opening day, and that reminded me something because it popped up on my Facebook memories and everything. Was the Queen City Beard and Mustache Society?
Gosh, yeah, that was awesome.
Which is if you Google that, Queen City Beard and Mustache Society, it is a beard and mustache society that I founded back in like 2010-ish, 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And basically it was a nationally recognized facial hair club for men.
It was very fun.
It was very fun. It was actually like a good business opportunity as well for me.
Yeah.
But it grew a lot of publicity for facial hair.
Yeah.
And now you see all these things on facial hair all the time. Where
it's like the fad now,
it is.
really.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And huge thing. And I was really proud to be kind of one of the forerunners of that small little, world.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest highlights I think that ever came out of that was the Cincinnati Reds during opening day and all that. Mr. Redlegs, our mascot, is a giant baseball head, mascot with a big old mustache. He's had it for a long time since they introduced Mr. Redlegs. And as a result, I reached out. Well, they actually reached out to us first.
Yeah.
And then I reached back out to them and I said, I want to make Mr. Redlegs an honorary member of the Queen City Beard and Mustache Society.
Was cool. Very cool.
And we got to go out on the field and present him like a certificate and all these things.
Yeah.
And I was just reminded, me and you, we've been in there from the beginning.
Yes.
With beards.
I know. Actually, that's true. Because the one time I shaved my face.
Oh Lord.
That was a shock.
That was the closest I feel like I could ever have gotten to watching my dad shave off his beard.
It was. I just remember showing up, and the look on your face was like, "Who are you?" Like
I literally didn't know who was walking in.
You had to do like a second take. Like, wait.
I did like 4 takes.
Yeah.
Well, one because of how pale your face was.
Oh, I know, right?
So like right underneath your chin, it was the whitest of white you could ever.
Yeah.
The purest of white.
Well, the funny thing was too, at the time my beard was really long. So like, if you guys hadn't seen like on my Instagram or Facebook, like it was just like
it was like a foot long, like a foot long beard.
Yeah. It was very long and stuff, and beautiful red locks, and and whatnot, and yeah, just I mean, I had an accident. You know how that goes. It's
I remember
stupid.
you said it.
So
You were like, I started shaving one
like,
part.
Yeah, it was like,
and
one
then I
side,
kept even out the other.
Oh well, we're just shaving the face clean.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was a weird day.
Yeah, very.
But I think it's funny just talking about
Yep.
social awkwardness and all these things and memories that have popped up, and that facial hair has been a weirdly socially awkward thing that has brought us together.
That's true.
Because when people asked what like, hey, why is there 50 dudes meeting at this place? And we say, oh, we're here for the beard club. And they went, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
And then you have to explain, and then all of a sudden the news shows up. Seriously, you guys need to Google this.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We were part of this. It was crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They made a TV show, off of all this stuff, and we were on the TV show, and
Crazy.
just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's
It's awesome though.
super awkward. But
Yeah.
those were just memories that popped up recently that I was like, man, this has been good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
And I am also, I think we should definitely say that I noticed in the last podcast, we didn't even talk about some changes that happened. We didn't address the room change.
Yeah, we
and
did.
things like that for the people that watch us on video. We didn't address it because we filmed one podcast and we scratched it. It was the first time we ever did that.
Yeah.
And we talked about all of that in that podcast.
Right.
So we didn't talk about it in the last one. So right now you guys are seeing like all these changes and stuff. But that's something I haven't even talked to you about with yet is that seasons are changing, weather's getting warmer, technology is more mobile.
Yeah.
And I am thinking about us taking this podcast locally on the road a little bit.
I'm down.
And kind of changing some things up a little bit.
I'm down. Always. Well, let's be honest. I'm always down for a road trip.
Always down for a road trip. I've got big plans in store, and the only reason I brought that up is because we're talking about baseball, seasons changing, all this stuff, social awkwardness, talking in public on a podcast, socially awkward.
Definitely.
I'm just ready to do some new things.
Yes, of course.
So with all that being said, for anybody who is, a longtime fan of this, we have certainly a few loyal followers to the podcast and extremely appreciate it. It's so much fun, and we enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing this.
Oh, definitely.
And,
of course.
And one of the things is we love the interaction that we can get either on YouTube, which the YouTube channel does need some love right now. I have done a pretty poor job of promoting it the way that it needs to, and I'm working on that and trying to get it to where it needs to go. But we need some love on there, and a good way to do that is to communicate with us, whether it's questions, concerns, something you guys want to see different of, or something you guys want to see more of. That's something I really want to kind of introduce as the seasons change.
Definitely.
And I think that our Q&A episode last time was a lot of fun.
It was actually. We should do another one here soon for sure. Like
it was just a lot of fun, and that type of interaction is really good because like you look at podcasts like the Joe Rogan Experience, which is like a huge one, or some of these other ones where they have two people back and forth,
right?
Or they'll introduce like a new guest every single week, and the conversation continues. It's a lot harder when it's just me and you, and we talk all the time. So whenever we have outside influence, it's always hugely helpful.
Yes.
So if you guys have any comments or anything like that, we would love to hear them. But that's gonna wrap it up for this one.
Awesome.
So any last things you want to say?
I just let's see. Follow me on I got Twitter is Noah Want Wingy.
Noah Want Wingy.
Same thing on Instagram.
Yep, mine's the.adam.black. All the links will be in the description below. Yep. That's our socially awkward outro, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.